I stood at the threshold of the house. It was the one I once called home before she left me for him. My ex-wife, the one who'd promised me forever. And there he was, her new husband. The man who'd stolen everything from me, both her and the life we built. They were hosting an open house. I wasn't here to buy property. I wasn't even here to see her. No, I was here for revenge. I hadn't planned it, not at first. But then, when I saw her name plastered across the brochure, Ava Walters, real estate expert, I knew it was time. She had moved on so easily, but I hadn't. Every part of me burned at the thought of them together. The betrayal twisted inside me like a knife. I lingered at the edge of the crowd, watching as she smiled, shaking hands, her professional mask flawless. But then I saw him. Brad. The smug bastard who thought he had won. He approached me with a grin. The kind of grin that made my blood boil. Must be the cleaner here, huh? His voice dripped with condescension. Poor you. Laughter rippled through the room as if the very air had turned toxic. He thought he was funny. I stayed still, calm, but my fists clenched. I had no intention of cleaning anything. No, I was here for a much greater purpose. I waited a beat before responding, my voice cold, calculated. Then our $30 billion deal is off now. He froze. The grin faltered. I could see the wheels turning in his mind. He didn't know it yet, but I had him right where I wanted him. Let him think it was a bluff. Let him believe I wasn't serious. I stepped closer, and I could feel his discomfort. You're not the only one with power, Brad. He looked at me, eyes narrowing, trying to read me. I'm not some poor loser you can mock, I continued. I'm still the one who holds the strings. I saw the moment he realized it. The way his body stiffened, his jaw tightening. He wasn't laughing anymore. I wasn't just talking about the money. I wasn't just talking about the business deal. I was talking about everything. I had been plotting for months. Everything was in motion. This moment, this open house, it was just a small piece of the puzzle. My mind raced as I watched him retreat, backpedaling in his mind. He was scared now. The power dynamic was shifting, and he knew it. I walked away, but not without one last glance at her. Ava. She looked at me then, her eyes betraying something. Was it regret? No. She quickly masked it. But for a split second, I saw it. A flicker of guilt. Good. She should feel guilty. I knew the game we were playing, and I was in control. Days passed, and Brad still had no idea what was coming. He was too consumed with his own arrogance to notice. He thought he'd won. But in this world, there was no such thing as victory when you underestimated me. I had planned it all. Every step. I wasn't just targeting Brad. No, Ava had a stake in this too. She'd thought she could leave me, thought she could move on to him without consequences. But she was wrong. They both were. I made sure their finances were tangled, wrapped up in legal battles they never saw coming. I made sure their business ventures were delayed by the finest lawyers money could buy. And when I learned that their newest venture was built on borrowed time, I moved. The final play was coming. It happened 2 weeks later. I walked into another open house. But this time, there was no crowd. There were no welcoming smiles. There was just silence and tension hanging thick in the air. Ava was there, pacing, her face pale. Brad stood in the back, talking on the phone. I could see the sweat on his brow. He didn't know it yet, but he was done. I approached them slowly, deliberately. Ava, I said, my voice low. Brad. Both of them turned. Ava's eyes locked on mine, but she said nothing. Her silence spoke volumes. She knew. She knew what I had done, and she knew what was coming. Brad hung up the phone, his face red. "What do you want?" He spat. "Funny you should ask," I said, stepping closer. I looked at Ava, then back at him. "You're both screwed," I said. Brad took a step forward, chest puffed out. "You think you can scare me?" I smiled. "No, I know I can." His face drained of color as the truth hit him. He was sinking, and he didn't even know how deep the hole went. I could hear him stammering, but I didn't care. I had won. I walked toward the door, my footsteps echoing in the empty house. Ava stood frozen, her gaze following me. Before I left, I paused. "Betrayal is an art," I said. "But so is revenge." And I walked out the door, leaving them both in the wreckage of their own making.